What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news video because Liverpool are trying to buy Julian Alvarez from Atletico Madrid. We even tried to buy him last summer, his agent confirmed that, and Atletico Madrid are interested in Darwin Nunez, so he could be pivotal in this Julian Alvarez transfer because we could offer Darwin Nunez to Atletico Madrid plus some cash for Julian Alvarez. And Sam Maguire is reporting this. He's a very reliable journalist and this is a really fresh breaking news. Darwin Nunez might be sold for as little as £35 million this summer. A lot of clubs are interested in Darwin Nunez, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, and even clubs from Saudi Arabia. And Atletico Madrid are the only team with access to Darwin Nunez at this discounted rate because Diego Simeone is a huge fan of Darwin Nunez and Liverpool are huge fans for Julian Alvarez. So for other clubs we are not selling Darwin Nunez for 35 million, but for Atletico Madrid to sweeten the deal, if that's what it takes to get Julian Alvarez into Liverpool, I think we can do a deal with Atletico Madrid. And Julian Alvarez is viewed as someone who would be a perfect fit for Arne Slot's playing style and Arne Slot's system, because not only is he a great goal scorer, but he's also brilliant in link-up play and build-up, he gets assists, and he's just an all-round fantastic footballer with a great vision, a great pass, and of course a great shooting ability, great finishing. He's not only a goal scorer but a facilitator. The work rate is there, he's a grafter, and he can play a variety of roles across the forward line. With a full season in England now under his belt, Arne Slot appreciates the need for a centre forward who is comfortable receiving in tight spaces. Basically a young Roberto Firmino type of player. This would be a perfect solution, and Alvarez is viewed as someone who fits that mold. His experience in England is also a factor in all of this, because remember, he played a few seasons at Manchester City, winning 2 Premier League titles and a few other trophies, and he would be able to hit the ground running because he already knows the Premier League. And Liverpool are prepared to be flexible with Darwin Nunez if it gives them favourable terms to bring Alvarez to Liverpool, as shown with Joao Felix and Conor Gallagher. Atletico Madrid are open to clever bookkeeping. Alvarez is happy in Madrid, but if there is any club that could tempt him to leave after just one season, it is Liverpool. And Liverpool already have a fellow Argentine, Alexis McAllister, at the club, and we have other South American players, of course. Liverpool are confident, but they have contingency plans in place if Liverpool can't sign Julian Alvarez. Liverpool have 3 trump cards in Alexis McAllister and others. The Argentine striker has a good relationship with the other 2, Gonzalo Zigrist and Fernando Troiani, both South American scouts for Liverpool, and he is good friends with Julian Alvarez. It is believed that Alvarez thinks that he has unfinished business in the Premier League because he was basically second choice behind Erling Haaland, and Alvarez wants to be the main man, the main striker for a Premier League club, potentially winning them the title. Liverpool are open to making him their main man in attack. Leading the forward line for Liverpool is believed to appeal to Alvarez. And yes, Atletico Madrid are a great club, they are a big club, but they have a mountain to climb. Every season they need to finish ahead of Barcelona and Real Madrid just to win a league title. And also in the Champions League, Atletico Madrid have never won the competition, even though they have tried many times and failed many times, and a lot of times they failed against their bitter city rivals Real Madrid in Champions League finals. Atletico Madrid lost some finals and some knockout stage games in heartbreaking fashion, and Alvarez would appeal to him to come to Liverpool because Liverpool have a pedigree in Europe. We have won the Champions League 6 times already, and we are the reigning Premier League champions. If Darwin Nunez turns down the riches of Saudi Arabia in favor of a move to Atletico, then Liverpool could leverage this to land Julian Alvarez, as they feel he's perfect for Arne Slot's project. It all depends on what Darwin Nunez wants to do with his career, but also if Saudi clubs offer 70 million for Nunez, then it's better to take that cash and to just buy Julian Alvarez straight up. If I was Darwin Nunez, I wouldn't go to Saudi right now, even if they offered triple the amount of salary, because playing for Atletico Madrid, I think that would suit Darwin Nunez perfectly. Diego Simeone's playing style, I think, would fit him nicely. Another journalist, Cameron Smith, is reporting that Liverpool are preparing a unique deal to sign Julian Alvarez. They are set to offer Darwin Nunez to Atletico at a significantly reduced rate, just to convince them that Julian Alvarez should come to Liverpool. But it was reported in January that Liverpool even rejected a verbal £70 million offer for Darwin Nunez from Saudi Arabia. But now Liverpool are willing to sell Darwin Nunez for as little as £35 million if Atletico Madrid allow Julian Alvarez to go to Liverpool. So this discounted price is only available for Atletico Madrid. And even though Alvarez is happy at Atletico, Liverpool are the most likely club to tempt him into leaving Atletico after just 12 months. And Diego Simeone is known to admire Darwin Nunez, and Liverpool are prepared to sell Nunez for a reduced fee if it allows them to bring Julian Alvarez to the club. And now let's compare Julian Alvarez to Alexander Isak, probably the hottest striker in the world right now. It all depends on the price. Right now, Julian Alvarez's market value is around 95 million pounds, but Newcastle want 150 million pounds for Alexander Isak. Isak has a much better conversion rate and shot on target percentage than Julian Alvarez, but he has taken more shots on goal. It's mightily impressive considering the bigger sample size. Of course, Julian Alvarez's return is not bad. It is still much better than Darwin Nunez, but at the moment Alexander Isak is producing great numbers. Here you can see the comparison for this season. So they played similar amount of games. Isak takes more shots, but also he's more accurate with his shooting, and his conversion rate is much better, 38%. He scored 19 goals already in the Premier League. Julian Alvarez only has 11 goals in La Liga, but he also has 7 goals in the Champions League. So Julian Alvarez's overall numbers are more than good enough this season. And I think Julian Alvarez with Mo Salah and Luis Diaz or Cody Gakpo, that would be another title-winning attack for Liverpool if we can keep the majority of the squad together. And yes, Trent Alexander-Arnold is leaving, but hopefully we can sign a good enough replacement, because yeah, Liverpool won the league, scoring almost 20 goals more than any other team with a dysfunctioning striker, because both Nunez and Diogo Jota hasn't been consistent enough. If we could have Julian Alvarez up front, I think Liverpool could score even more goals next season. And Isak actually has more assists and he created more chances than Julian Alvarez, but this is the result of Diego Simeone's more defensive approach. Liverpool can play a completely different way. So Alvarez only has 2 assists this season, Isak has 5, and Isak created 35 chances, Alvarez 24, which is still pretty good numbers. And let's see their stats in possession. So as you can see, Alvarez is passing, passes attempted, passes in opposition half, take on success rate, those are much better, and Alvarez ball recoveries is much better. He lost possession less times than Isak, but he has a lot less touches in opposition box because he's playing more of a link-up striker role and not just an out-and-out number 9. And that's what Liverpool need, a link-up player, because yes, Salah and Diaz will supplement the attack, and it's important for Julian Alvarez to link up the attack and to give Salah some really deadly balls. So the conclusion is that, of course, if money is no object, then Alexander Isak is a better choice in terms of a pure goal scorer. But if Liverpool are looking for a player who can link up the midfield and the attack, somebody who is in the mold of Roberto Firmino, then Julian Alvarez is your man. There is a scenario when Salah is staying, of course, and if we sign Alexander Isak, they might get in each other's way to try to operate in two similar areas. So a more fluid Alvarez would be the right choice in terms of danger man who is going to add to Liverpool rather than supplement what they already have. Of course, Isak is your guy, but I'm not sure if Liverpool can or will pay 150 or 130 million pounds for Alexander Isak. And last season there was reports, Carlos Bucero, sporting director at Atletico, bluntly stated that, of course, these reports that Liverpool wanted to buy Alvarez are incorrect. But now, Fabrizio Romano said that Julian Alvarez was on Liverpool's shortlist last summer. Now he's happy at Atletico. He signed for them just 9 months ago, so nothing concrete at this stage. We will see what happens. But basically, Julian Alvarez's agent, Fernando Hidalgo, claimed that Liverpool have inquired about Julian Alvarez before he joined Atletico, and we were interested in signing him from Manchester City. Darwin Nunez just had a great season last season, so that's why we wanted to give Darwin Nunez another chance. But considering the struggles of Jota and Nunez, who scored just 15 goals in 69 games combined, that's a pretty bad return for a classic striker number 9 in a Liverpool team which creates loads of chances. And both Jota and Nunez missed loads of chances this season. And Julian Alvarez already scored 23 times in 44 matches for Atletico Madrid. So let's wait and see what happens. But let's actually see what Liverpool could do in their attack. Do we need a full rebuild? Maybe we could sell Darwin Nunez, Diogo Jota, even Federico Chiesa and bring in 2 or 3 attackers. But let's look at the numbers. Isak ranks highly in all attacking percentiles, significantly higher than Jota and Nunez, because Isak had 0.6 for expected goals on target per 90 minutes. And if you compare Isak's numbers to Jota's numbers, as you can see, they are miles apart. Isak has 21 goals in 30 matches, Jota has just 6 goals in the league in 22 matches. Isak also has 6 assists, Jota only has 3. And Julian Alvarez's agent confirmed, he said, "I confirmed that Liverpool were interested in Julian Alvarez last summer. So we will be interested in him this summer as well. It's just a big question of can we get him out of Atletico Madrid?" And he's in the prime of his career. He's 25 years old and he can also play centrally or from the left, and his style would definitely suit Arne Slot. Here are his numbers. Right now he has 26 goals already in 49 matches, 14 in La Liga, so those stats earlier were not accurate. He also has 5 goals in the Spanish Cup, 7 goals in the Champions League, so that's very impressive. 26 goals and 5 assists in all competitions this season, and he ranks really well in chance creation, dribbles, in his defensive side of the game, with a high tackle rate, recoveries and possession won in the final third. Slightly a problem that Julian Alvarez was signed for 82 million from Man City, so Liverpool would need to pay at least that amount, maybe even 90 million for Julian Alvarez, but I think he's worth it. And you get a good 7 or 8 years out of him because he's only 25 years old. And it will be fascinating to see how a new look Liverpool attack will perform with a proper brilliant number 9 next season, either if it's Isak or Ekitike or Julian Alvarez or even somebody like Victor Osimhen. I think any of these 4 players would do brilliantly. Of course, Julian Alvarez, Isak and Osimhen are all like the finished article, and Ekitike is a project striker. And considering that there is not much difference between the prices, I would go for Julian Alvarez. I think he is the most perfect player for Arne Slot's system, and you can build your attack long term around Julian Alvarez because he's only 25 years old, so he can still play at the highest level for 7 years or even longer. So let's wait and see what happens, but let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about this story? Do you think Julian Alvarez is worth like 90 million pounds? I think he's definitely worth that, much more than Nunez. He wasn't worth 80 or 60, 75 or 80 million, whatever his transfer fee is right now with bonuses. So let me know your thoughts down below, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.